Everyone. Welcome. Bear with me one moment. I'm just on setup mode. I'm hoping you can hear me. Fabulous. Wonderful. Let's see if we can get live chat up so I can see what's happening. Hi Trudy, welcome. Good afternoon. Hi Debbie. Annette, welcome. Hi Chris. You can hear me good. I'm so pleased. I did have a lovely time, a lovely break. Thank you very much. It was beautiful. We'll just give it one moment. Let everybody come and find us. My notification actually worked today, so that made the setup an awful lot easier. Good, I'm so pleased. I don't know why I've got a thing flashing on my screen. Oh, I see. Give me a second there. That's it. I was catching the volume button. That's what that was all about. You just never know. It's so nice to see you all. Right, let's get cracking on. So happy Wednesday? Get a grip. Happy Monday. So thank you firstly for all your requests, your ideas about what I can share and show you. So hopefully this is going to answer a few today. So we're going to be working in the background with dinkles, and we're going to use a resist. So hopefully that's answered at least two. And then we've got what do you do with backgrounds once you've finished? Well, let's see if we can answer that one as well. So let's move on. To start off with, I'm going to use some watercolour card, and this is just short of 10 centimetres and 21 centimetres, which in inches is 3 3/4 and 8 1/4 inches roughly. So it's a DL size. I love DL size cards. I think they're great to make, fantastic to create. They're a nice shape. So we're going to start with some dinkles down on the base. So I've got some pine green, deep yellow, magenta, and sea blue. I'm not sure my live chat's working very well. I'll try and keep up. I think we're okay. I think. So I'm just going to start with a little tiny sprinkle straight on my mat of each. Now dinkle is a powdered ink, but it is an ink. Plenty of yellow. Sea blue, I absolutely adore this colour. Just a light amount of that one. And then for good measure, some pine green. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Debbie. There are a few messages there. I know we've had problems in the past, but that seems to have gone now, which is great. And all I've got is water. So I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty of water down there. Don't want that background too strong. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Trudy. So I've wet the paper just to help it take on all those beautiful colours. Wow. Now it depends how much Dinkle you use as to how bright that background's going to get. So let's dry this off. You have to be brave sometimes. Hi Helen, welcome. You never quite know what you're going to get, and I love that about this technique. It's all a bit Northern Lights looking. Now you can decide at this point whether you're going to dip that back in the ink or not. I'm not going to, because I don't want to lose these reds and pinks that are happening. So I'm going to mop this up. It's just going to be green now, and I don't have an awful lot of use for the green, but you can re-dip another piece of card. So we'll just wipe that mess up. There, that's better. So I can put my paper underneath, ready to use. So that still feels a little damp. I'm just going to give it a little longer. That's better. The colours are amazing in these little tiny pots of magic. Love it. So now I'm going to pop on a stencil. This is called Divine. I love this one. It's quite detailed. And I've got a little pot of microglaze. Now it's a water resistant sealer as well. I like to use a sponge applicator. So I just make sure there's plenty on my sponge. I like to blend it through my sponge using the lid, just much like I do with the inks, really. And then we're going to rub some of that on. Not all over. A little bit here and there. Perhaps a little bit in that top corner too. And that's all you really need. Now, sometimes if you've got too much of the microglaze on your sponge, all you need to do is just the excess, just tap it off, and that'll be plenty. Right, now this is where you need to get brave. I've got sepia. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a little of that direct to the card. Another lovely way of using Dinkles. And then plenty of water. Wow. Give it a second or two to ignite that colour. And then all we need to do, once that's spread around a little, is just to dry that off. This is when you see the magic starting to happen. That second colour has activated that resist. Quite magical. You never quite know what you're going to get. Always like to apply some heat on the back. It really helps. Hi Ruth. Have you clicked subscribe and looked for the notification? Mine pops up now. It's great. It saves me a lot of trouble. Wow, look at that for a background. Just make sure it's dried. I hope you can get some help with that, Chris. Sorry to hear that. There. It's giving it quite a rusty look. I like that. I like that finish. Like I say, you never quite know how it's going to turn out. So now I'm going to stamp. A lot of you have asked, do I stamp first, make the background first? Well, it depends what background I'm making and what I'm trying to achieve. When I make a background first, I tend to use the more silhouette stamps, so the more solid stamps. But you can, this will bleach out with water. So it really doesn't matter. And if you don't like that colour hint behind it, then simply mask it. Your favourite way. So this lovely lady is Make-A-Wish. Been with me quite some time, she has. So we can pop her down. Out there, I think. So yeah, it really does depend what the outcome is you're looking for. I use both methods. I stamp first and do a background after, perhaps if I'm painting or colouring in. But I do love these background techniques. Now, unfortunately, she didn't come out so well. I think I've picked up the older ink pad, but don't worry, we can sort that out. It happens from time to time, so never panic. And we've got berry leaves, and I'm going to use medieval blue with this one. I'm going to start with the larger of the two stamps. And come down from this corner. It's lovely to get the different depths on this. Beautiful. And we can give this a clean. I simply use a drop of clean water and wipe it. Just gently. Don't scrub. You don't want to damage your stamp. And then the smaller of the two. Beautiful. again, squirt of water, and just a little rub. Sorted. Right, whilst I've got this out, using a number 7 brush. Yes, you can stamp on resist, okay? It works a treat. On this resist, anyway. Depends what resist you've used. But on this one, yes. It's the different layers that you can do each time you use the resist. It's fascinating. It's something worth playing with. I don't know if you experiment in your craft room. I certainly do. It's one of my favourite pastimes. Just seeing what things will do. I love this colour combination. There's a couple of things. If your image doesn't stamp out beautifully clear, there's a couple of things you can do. If you get an old paintbrush, using your VersaFine Clair, the ink that you've actually stamped with, you can paint over what you've done. I'm actually going to be shading her using the Gioconda, the Kohinoor soft pastels. So like I say, I'm not overly worried, because we can add some more depth just using the pencils. And you can get some lovely shape. I don't like to add too much to her face because I don't want to detract from her very pretty features. Now she's got a shoulder there, so we can put that in. And we can slowly build up the shape. Go back to the black. Just following that beautiful, beautiful stamp. She's very pretty. We can add a bit of a glow. Just to the outside. Which always Makes it look a little more special. So I've got a green Uniball pen, and I'm going to add a little sparkle to some of these flowers in her hair. So pretty. I've got a gold too. Can't believe it's Monday already. I've got a fine Posca pen. Now this is 0.7, so it's really fine. Just check it off. So pretty. Thank you. She is so gorgeous. It's quite an old stamp. Very beautiful. Just softening that off with my finger. Oh, I've lost one of my pencils. There it is. Beautiful. And while we're here, we can put a bit of grounding too. There. Clean my finger off. Oh, we deliver abroad. I'm sure it might take a while, but yeah, delivery can go direct. them back in with the Posca pen to add some brighter dots. Now we've knocked them back a little. There. And then finally, we'll colour our wings. So I'm going to use just a little sprinkle of the deep yellow Dinkle onto my craft mat direct. You could use your pixie pots. Mine are all a bit too full. I need to get them sorted. So at the minute, I'm just going to use direct onto my craft mat. I love the way Dinkles seem to go over the top of each other without getting too muddy. Don't know how they do it, but they do. Look at that. Paints over a real pale colour. Paints over beautifully. Not even made it very strong. Actually, we could add a little of that sepia on that front wing for a bit of shape. Ah, pulls it in nice too. Thank you. Quick wipe. Is there anything else I need to do? Yes, there is. So we've got the gold Uniball pen again. Let me just make sure that bit's dry. And then a little shine. A little bit of metallic on those wing cells. There. Hopefully you can see that shine. And then all that's left to do is to mat and layer. Do you want me to do that now? Because I can. Let me go and get my card. Oh, give me a second. All my cards go out. There, that's better. Right, I have white, and then I think we'll go navy. So let me find my cutting mat. And mat and layer rules. And a knife. So a drop of bippity boppity, I think. So hopefully you can see it depends what you want to do as to whether you ink first or stamp first. If you want to create a story first, then stamp and colour around it. If you want to make something with a bit of impact, then ink first. But the best thing to do is to try it and see what you prefer yourself. It's a piece of card at the end of the day. There. So I'm going to use the 3/16 section. If I go straight down the middle, then I'll be able to use that side for another project. There. So these just butt up against the card, and then you run your sharp knife around the edge to get a lovely equal border. I think they're great. And I've got some nice navy card. Oh, Yvonne, never mind. You'll be able to watch it again. Some bippity boppity. Through the middle. And I think if we go about there. And we can put a broader edge. I think we'll use the 3/4 of an inch. Now you can, let me just check to see if I've got enough space. Yeah, so I'm going to do that against the matting layer rather than the topper, just for a bit more space, so it gives you that option. There we go. Remember to do the same all the way around. There. Save all your little offcuts. You'll be amazed what you can use them for. Let's show you where we've got. It's a lovely little resist, and it's worth practicing with to get the results you want. I think I used a bit more on this one, so you can see more of that stencil, but the end results really do talk for themselves, I think. I do hope you enjoyed that. It's so nice to see you all. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to click the bell. And if you're not already subscribed, then please do. You'll get notified a lot quicker, I believe. Helen, go for it. I love the resist techniques. You never quite know, especially with dinkles, you never quite know. But I do think they're beautiful, quite arty. I hope the rest of your week is really good to you, really kind. Don't forget we've got a new competition this month, and it's all about animal magic. So which is your favourite animal stamp? I'm currently working on the Wednesday live. So watch this space for a bit more. Actually, I'll be over on the Facebook, on the Lavinia Stamps Facebook live. And I'll be working with animals on that. We'll be making a scene, a magical scene, I think. What else can you use the resist for? It actually makes a great sealer. So if you want to create a background and you love the colours but you want to add other stuff on the top without losing it, then it will actually seal those inks in, and it's waterproof at that point. So that's what else I use them for. Okay, does that answer your question? I hope so. Depends what resist you use. You can use masking fluid. You can use the masking sheets. You can use paper. Oh gosh, there's all sorts of, you can use wax crayons, Vaseline. There's all sorts of things you can use as a resist. So it's worth having a play. Okay? Good. So I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday over on Facebook, the Lavinia Stamps page. And then Friday we're back here. So don't forget we've got a new place to play, which is wonderful. So I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Hope the rest of the week is really kind to you. Bye bye now.